Good afternoon. My name is Frank St. Ange. I'm here at Goodmart today, and I want to talk to you about retrofitting lighting products, some of the more interesting new products we have out on the market by our friends at RemPhos Technologies. Today, there are three different ways to retrofit retrofit a fluorescent fixture. You can do it with an LED driver and tubes. You can do it with just the LED tube with an internal driver, or you can do it with a ballast compatible LED tube. RemPhos Technologies actually makes all and then some. So type A today is a ballast compatible LED tube, and a type B is one that works just on its own. RemPhos makes a tube called the total tube. It's a T8 tube, and it actually works with a ballast, or if you want to bypass the ballast, it will work without the ballast. The new generation, the third generation tube, also is one of the first tubes out in the market that is both plastic and glass. So they've actually been able to composite plastic and glass together. So now you have the benefits of not being breakable like glass, like a fluorescent tube would be, but also not being more rigid so that it won't sag in some 4-foot, 6-foot, or 8-foot applications. So the total tube is just one of those tubes from RemPhos and the T8 that will do both ballast friendly and will work without the ballast, and it will work double-ended, or it can work as an internal drive being single-ended power. So they make both of those varieties. RemPhos also makes T5 tubes, both as ballast compatible and with an external drive and with an internal drive version. This is their internal drive version right here. Their previous versions, because you've got a driver inside here, actually had a diameter of a T8. So even though it was replacing a T5 tube, it was a wider tube. So sometimes aesthetically, it wasn't that nice in a fixture, and in some low profile fixtures, it didn't even fit. With this new tube, it is only a T6 diameter, so it's only 1/8 of an inch more diameter than the original T5 fluorescent that it's replacing. And because it has a driver in it, there's a lot of heat sinking that has to go into the tube. So in order to be able to potentially do different kinds of lighting applications, the sockets at the end are rotatable, so that you can actually create an indirect or a direct-indirect application with the tubes. The regular T8 tubes are 240-degree diameter tubes, so they're able to actually give you direct, indirect in their normal position. Because unlike a fluorescent tube, LEDs do have some mechanisms inside to keep you from being able to operate at 360 degrees. Also, it allows all the light to be aiming down versus a fluorescent that just shoots the light everywhere. So again, RemPhos makes ballast compatible internal drive tubes where there's no other driver. They also make LED tubes that have an external driver that are dimmable tubes. Also, they have a ballast compatible that is also dimmable if you have a dimmable fluorescent ballast today. Sometimes rebates for utilities come differently. Sometimes they don't want you to use a tombstone. So in some cases, they're looking for a real retrofit. And in that case, RemPhos also makes a full line of bar kits. The bar kits look like LED tubes, but on the back side, you've got a magnet on each end. If you're using them as a kit, you've got maybe 2 tubes. You could even have 3 tubes or 4 tubes with a driver. So they have a separate LED driver with it. And when you get these situated in the right spot with the magnets, you can then screw them in. So you don't use the tombstones at all. So you are bypassing the tombstones, and then you're using your own driver, and you're able to operate. So they make those in 2-foot, 3-foot, and 4-foot lengths to be used for retrofit for any kind of fluorescent application that you're trying to retrofit for. So those are 3 different applications for fluorescents changing over to LED. Another application is drum fixtures. So you have ceiling drum fixtures all the time out there in the marketplace, usually lit with compact fluorescent. RemPhos has had a product called their LED CR kit for several years now. What they've done differently with this one and from the ones in the past is originally they had 4 different wattages and 4 different color temperatures, and you had to order whatever combination you wanted. That created a lot of different SKUs of product to handle. What they now have is a product that you will have it is selectable. So you'll be able to pick your color temperature of 3,000, 3,500, or 4,000 Kelvin, and you'll be able to pick your lumen package, 900 lumens, 1,600 lumens, 2,200 lumens, or 3,000 lumens, all from one kit. So if you get this on site and it's too bright, you can dial it down. If you get it on site and you don't like the color temperature, you can change that as well. Some other features of this, because not all drums are the same diameter, these sections all fold out, allowing you to spread light out over an area as much as 18 inches. Another change for the new generation product is, before the driver took up this whole center section, now what they've been able to do is create a hole so that if you have a single mount pendant, you can actually shoot right through the middle of the fixture without affecting the driver. The other big improvement is this is their sensor, so if you actually need to have a photo cell and an occupancy sensor, it used to mount on top, now it mounts onto the side, very small, so it creates less shadowing. This is a microwave sensor, so it actually will detect through the fixture, so you actually can put the lens back on. In the old version, you might have gotten a shadow. The new version, you won't have that, but you don't actually have to have a cutout, and this doesn't have to go on the outside of the fixture, so it's one of the real neat things about the RemPhos sensor. So, this is the new retrofit kit from RemPhos for drum fixtures. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you need more information, come see our friends at Goodmart at www.goodmart.com or visit them in New York City. Thank you.